Peace and joy, guys. Welcome back to another video. Drumheller Farms. I just put up my halfway fence. I got the herd right here behind y'all, and I got some beautiful green grass ahead of us, and we're winding down second rotation. It is September 24th. We've got about 5 or 6 days left of second rotation. We'll be going back across the road and starting on third rotation. But today I got something I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about increasing your herd, buying cattle, and seed stock farming. So stick around with us. I'm also going to take you out and we're going to put our last batch of chickens for the year out on pasture. That's right, September 24th, we're putting our last batch out. We started way early in the year. We're going way late. So stick around with me. Let's get some work done. Let's go. Ooh, look at that nice big boy right there. He is ripped, isn't he? Yes. All right, guys, well, you may or may not be able to pick up from the video here, but we did get some rain finally. We were just over 6 weeks without any rain. It was starting to get to the point where it was very tough to even get the posts in the ground every day for chores. So it was becoming pretty discouraging. Although we've got some good green grass ahead of us, there's been some good management done this year. We've also had a really good year for growing grass, so I'm not going to take full credit for that, but I will take some credit in the fact that we've managed our land better than we ever have, and that is because of non-selective grazing. It has been a game changer for our farm. It's been a game changer for our operation, and we're looking at a whole third rotation ahead of us yet, and also a whole farm that has been stockpiled ahead of us. So my guess is we're going to graze. Boy, I really want to graze into the first of the year. That's kind of always my goal, graze the first of the year. In Michigan, we're in south central Michigan. You never know. You know, last year at this exact time, a year ago, I had 2 frozen hoses out when I went to move cattle in the morning. So, you know, by this time last year, we were done growing stockpile grass. What I want to talk to you about today, guys, here it is. And I want to say this with respect. I want to say this lightly, and I want to say this humbly, and by no means am I trying to be arrogant by what I'm saying. But I showed you an example of that bull. You've seen the bull that I just showed you. Here he is again. He's following me right here. He's ready to move. I think he's a beautiful bull. Short in stature, ripped out, nice big gut capacity. This is their second move for today, so they're fairly empty. They're ready to move. This bull came off from this farm, all right, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you about. I broke down yet again this year, which I have done for the last few years. I've bought a few heifers, and I heard a guy say years ago, he said, you can spend a lifetime trying to birth the animal that you want, you know, sculpt your animals to what you want, or you can just go buy what you want. And you know, here's one of those instances again in my life where I feel like I've had more money than brains, because I thought, hey, this is the kind of cattle I want. I'm gonna go to the best source that I know of. I'm gonna travel, you know, thousands of miles, you know, 10 hours south of me. I'm gonna go buy cattle from the person that I think's got the exact kind of cattle that I want. And I can tell you, I've just been left with disappointment. All right. the best animals that I have on my farm are the animals that I've selected that have worked best for my operation. Now, having said that, I'm not going to tell you that I didn't get any nice animals. Right there, 424. That is a beautiful, beautiful young heifer. And I know exactly which one she came out of 33. Yet another animal that we raised off our farm. She's my favorite. Brand new mother, was a heifer. That's her first calf. I'm going to show you her in just a little bit. And I'm not going to sit here and say that we didn't get any good looking animals when we made our trips to go pick animals up. But you get them home, they adapt to your environment. Some of them do well, some of them don't do so well whatsoever. But again, the animals that look the best out here right now are the animals that we've hand selected off of our farm. And I'm ashamed to say that I have not kept back very many heifers over the past few years, simply because I guess I was so focused on buying what I thought I wanted from other producers, these seed stock farmers. And in reality, what you're getting from, in my opinion, what you're getting from most seed stock farmers are their seconds. And I told Allison, I told my wife this year, I said, look, I'm done going buying second-hand cattle. I'm not gonna do it. I said, why haven't we been holding back the heifers that are best in our operation and breeding them? And the short answer to that is, we've needed so many animals for our meat program that we just really couldn't afford to hold back very many, because every time we held back animals, it was that many more customers that we were letting go that weren't having the opportunity to buy our meat. You know, I can't say that going out buying cattle has been a complete waste. Number 33. She's one of my favorite on the farm. This is her first calf that she has. 426 is her calf. It's not the calf that I showed you earlier like I thought it was, but very, very similar. If you look at her, this is her first calf. It's got just a tight little sack, small little nipples. She's a little hairy, I will give you that. She's got a little extra hair, but hardly any flies on her. Who says she has to be slicked off if she doesn't have a lot of fly pressure? And she doesn't. That's the truth of the matter. She doesn't have fly pressure. Look at the gut on her. She's nursing a calf, obviously. Now I want to take you a look at her calf right there. Look at that chunk. And just take a look at that bull calf she's got there. Beautiful, beautiful calf. Just about a splitting image of her, really. I'll take you around. I'm just going to show you a couple animals here that I believe are some of our nicest looking animals on our farm. I'll show you this one. This is one that I went and purchased from a seed stock farmer, South Pole Cattle, and pretty decent. Could have a little more gut capacity, has a nice udder on her. She's produced a nice calf every year for us. Pretty happy with this one. All right, there's one more that I'm really happy with. She's got horns, but that's 2 out of 5 heifers that I purchased. Here's one that we just purchased this year. This is 100% Gray Murray. I put her in our breeding program because she was after I got these things home and took a good look at them in our operation, gave them some time on our operation, I realized that there was only about 3 out of 6 that was even worth breeding. And that's again, I paid seed stock pricing for them, so it kind of hurts my feelings a little bit to think about what I paid for some of these. There's another one that's come out of that same 6 heifers that I bought this year. Here's one we raised, came out of our herd. This is a home cow heifer, low to the ground, nice gut capacity. This is a future cow that we're breeding this year. I think she's a great looking calf or heifer. This is the other one I wanted to show you, 49 right here. Came out of our herd. She's being bred for the first time this year. And the one behind her, number 11, that's another one that I'm just really happy with. Short, low to the ground, big gut capacity, not a big animal, minimal fly pressure on both of these, even less on 49 over here. Nice rear end, just a beautiful, look at the gut. And I have not went and bought any heifers that look like that or look like that one right there. There's another one I want to show you. Let me find her. Where is she? Here she is, right here, 47. I see her. Right here in front of us. Now look at that Murray Grey compared to the ones that I bought that supposedly is a seed stock, sells 80% of his herd goes to seed stock. Take a look at that. Hairy, hardly any gut. Get out of the way here, 59. And look at this one. I mean, you can just tell from the rear end of her. Big old gut, no hair. Short, not as, look at the skinny little legs on her. Linky, or not linky at all. I mean, this is 3 times the heifer that I don't even want to tell you what I paid for out of those Murrays. This one was raised off our farm. And it was, you know, it took us a couple years, I will say, you know, and maybe that's why we haven't, you know, taken any heifers off our farm, is because we're still perfecting who we're breeding, what we're doing. But that is a beautiful heifer. Look at the gut on her. It's just, it's dragging below her knees almost. And here's one right next to her that we just purchased. Look at the difference. It's a night and day difference between the two of them. And so you get there, you see them on their operation, which is basically blind compared to being on your operation, comparing them to your cattle. I mean, you know, typically they've got all their best looking cattle out there with them, so you think, oh, these are some nice looking cattle. And you know, the truth of the matter is, you know, I'm not gonna say that I've been taken advantage of, because I will say I bought some decent seed stock from seed stock farmers, but I would say if I buy 100 of them, I'll bet you there's only 20 of them that are gonna do well in my operation. And I've come to realize that if you really want to get the animal that you want, you've got to just select it, be selective. You got to select your best and breed from them. And there's a few cattle out here that I don't want to breed, that I'm ashamed to breed. But the bottom of the line is, you know, you hear these guys, they say things like, oh, you know, that one's got flies on it, get her out of here. You know, don't breed her again. You got this one that missed this year, you know, which could be a result of bad management. don't breed her again, get her out of there. Well, the truth of the matter is if you're already hurting for numbers, you've got grass to graze, you're hurting for numbers, cattle prices are out of this world, you know what they do produce, and you've got a long customer base that you're not even fulfilling every year. The truth of the matter is you can't just pull her out of the herd, you know? I mean, once we start raising some good heifers like we just seen over there, and I can pull back, you know, 5-6 heifers a year, yeah, I'll start pulling some of those cows out of there that aren't doing the best for me and that aren't performing. But if they're dropping a calf on the ground every year, boy, it's just tough to just say, hey, I'm gonna get rid of the thing. And maybe I'm wrong. Throw me a comment down in the comment section and tell me what you think about what I'm saying this far. I've been trying to figure out what's been going on here for days, and I just figured it out. This horned cow, who's a beautiful cow, it's one I got from a seed stock farmer, is using her horns to push this wire. And look, she's got it wrapped around her horn. She's reaching way out here. It's not affecting her because she's not getting shocked through her horn, I guess. You gotta be kidding me. It's been about a week. I've been trying to figure out what in the world's going on. I quick-like hooked up my solar charger thinking maybe I didn't have power. You gotta be kidding me, right? You got to be kidding me. I'll tell you what, she needs it. She needs to get smacked. Is what she needs. Look at, she's figured it right out. Huh. I can't believe it. Is that true? And look at her. Her belly's about scraping the ground. Somebody said, you got to get rid of that cow with horns. You kidding me? Look at her. I don't care that she's got horns. At least I didn't. I don't know about now. I can't believe it. Can they not feel anything through their horns? She needs to get hit one good time. Smacked. Look, she's got it figured out. She moves her head just a straight, certain way. And she's done it the same way every time. Let's see if I can't get her. Yeah, you feel that? That's hot. Quit crossing the line. She got hit. Ah! Whew, I just got it back is what I did. Some people are laughing at me right now. I cannot believe it. She walks up there. She turns her head just the right way. I've seen her do it now about 6 times. Turns her head just the right way to where that one horn on the right hand side hooks this fence. And you gotta be kidding me. I just can't believe it. I thought I didn't have a problem with your horns there, 627. And now I'm beginning to think twice about that. She's a beautiful cow. She's given me, I think this year's her, I can't remember if it's the 2nd or 3rd calf. Probably going to be keeping her calf from this year because it is a dandy. It's that one I showed you at the beginning, that 424. Just a dandy calf. My goodness. You know, it's the things you don't expect. It's the things you think you don't have to worry about. You know, right here's her calf. Man, look at that thing. Just a beaut. Absolute beaut. 120. That's one we got from a seed stock farmer. And she's beautiful. I love this cow. She did miss last year. And after she had her first calf the year before, it drug on her pretty good. And so I think that's why she didn't breed back. And it's going to be a tall tale sign if we'll breed her again this next go around. If she gets pregnant again, and if she does, how does she keep in her condition? All right, guys, well, for how many of ever you're still hanging around the video here, let me know what you think. Am I out of line for saying that seed stock farmers are not always the way to go? And I'm not saying that they're not the way to go. I'm just giving you my experience. The things that I have experienced buying cattle from the so-called, you know, best producers that I can find within reason. And I haven't had the best luck. All right, guys, well, we're getting a little bit more rain here, which there hasn't been enough rain all day to even measure on the rain gauge. It's been a slow kind of drizzle. But for you guys that are new to the channel here, because there's quite a few new subscribers since the last time I videoed putting chicks out on pasture, this is our mobile brooder. Okay, we brood 250 chickens a month out of this thing. I've brooded up to about 300. You can see these chickens are plenty of room in here. They got lights, they got water, they got feeder. There's a space in the back that you can get into, that you can store feed without actually stepping into their brooder, which is really nice. You can see it's very clean in here. This group did a really good job. There's only 125 of them in here. I got 4 tractors, so plenty of room these guys are going to have. These chicken tractors are 10 by 10s. I've got pass-on auto fillers in every one of them. Premier One trough feeders. Those are really nice. These are 10 by 10 by 2 foot tall, built out of 1 by 4 treated material with hardware cloth, half-inch hardware cloth. I'm proud to say I've lost 0 chickens to predation this year. I've been the only predator running them over with a chicken tractor once in a while, which I'm not super proud of, but it happens. We're going to run about 30 in each of these, so they're going to have plenty of room. They're going to get a lot of grazing. And this is a corrugated vinyl that won't get above temperatures of like 100 degrees. So it's in the summertime, it's really, really good. And all I do is I grab them, I throw them on a little piece of this, and they slide down there, and I'll count out 30 of them. And I've got their water all set up. I don't have their feed set up, but I will here really shortly. It'll only take a second. And it's getting late. It's gonna be turning dark on me here pretty soon, and I'm running out of battery. So I'm gonna see how much battery I got in this buggy to swap you guys out of battery and keep you a little bit going here with me. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Our last batch of chickens officially on pasture, 125. This is a half batch, and we only lost 2 in the brooder. So that's how good that brooder is. We literally have 125 chicks out here, and they shipped us a couple extra. We had a couple die in the brooder, but we're starting with what we actually paid for. That's pretty good, because I left these guys in the brooder a little bit longer because it was cold nighttime temperatures. Although it's been really hot during the day, it's been cold at night. Had a couple 45 degrees nights. So I just wanted to make sure that these guys were fully feathered out, which they are. You can see how clean they are. That brooder is very, very clean, and they're drinking. They haven't even touched their food yet, and these guys are loving life. This is our pastured poultry field. We raise pretty much all of our birds over here this year. We've got frost freeze right down the center of it, about every 200 foot. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Hit that subscribe button, that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. God bless.